one of the biggest issues and biggest struggles that I've noticed across the entire industry comes down to the quality of lead, or you're not getting the type of lead that you want. Having this type of technology at your fingertips, being able to get the exact lead that you want and the exact demographic is a game changer.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Trenton Bodin, and I am going to be your host for today's webinar on category target marketing and audience segmentation. And it's brought to you guys today by RealTech Power Marketing. I'm excited to introduce you guys to Colin Chiat. He's a leading expert here in audience segmentation and a key member of the RealTech Power Marketing team. And we also have joining us is Dylan Jones. He's a distinguished marketing strategist from RealTech Power Marketing as well. Before we get started here, why don't you guys drop into the chat where you guys are joining us from? We're always excited to hear what you guys are doing and where you guys are from. But as we get started here, today we're going to dive into effective strategies to precisely target and captivate your audience. And then we're going to leverage the expertise we've cultivated at RealTech Power Marketing as well. So we're very excited to have you here. It looks like we have some from Canada as well. That's always exciting. I see, Rome, Italy. Sabrina, that's really cool. Some Oklahoma, Florida, San Diego, kind of upstate New York. Lots of places here, Colin. So very excited to have you guys.
Worldwide.
Welcome to our talk today.
That's great. So, folks, for you, those of you who've seen me before, I'm Colin Chiat, the founder and CPO of RealTech Power Marketing. We're excited today. We're real excited. You know, in our last month's webinar, we talked about Intercept leads. I'll give you a brief overview of that in a little bit. But today, we're talking about our new program, which is our Niche Leads Pro. So, the one thing that this takes from the other one, and Dylan, if you wouldn't mind just please bringing up those slides. We're going to include slides today. So this is going to make it real easy to follow along, folks. So for those of you who go into the Facebook close page, Tristan recently shared his second largest revenue source, which is Google PPC. And in his words, Google PPC has the consumer intent behind the search. When someone sits down in front of their device to search online, they type in specific words in the Google search for an area or a home close to something that is important to them, a school, a park, a job, etc. The intent to search for real estate is there. And that's what our program is all about. Intercept searches for intent leads in essence. Here's what you get, whether it be Google PPC or with the Intercept leads, you get the inquiry so early that they have no other agent they've spoken to. In fact, for the most part, they're just formulating the idea of what it would look like to live in the area they're checking out. This is what makes it an amazing opportunity. And that's Tristan's take on his second largest revenue stream. So today we're going to share a few other things for you, but we all know that Google PPC is a long-term nurture process. Folks, it's not a magic bullet. It's not instant. You may get lucky and all of a sudden find that the leads that you get, one or two of them are ready to move now. But typically it is a longer-term process. And today we're going to show you how you can apply this logic to categories, okay, that will fast track your closings. So that's important because in today's market, we definitely want to be fast tracking. The market is challenging, okay, and how can you speed up the process to get closings much, much quicker? So it's important to get these leads before any other agents know they exist. And Intercept Leads, and this is whether it's our basic Intercept Leads program or Niche Leads Pro, Intercept Leads captures the buyers and the sellers the moment they make inquiries in the search bar. So on the screen, you can see that search bar, get these leads before other agents. When buyers and sellers enter their search, their inquiry into that bar, okay, the moment they do it, Intercept Leads grabs them. And we get those leads before they visit any other websites. So that's important. At that moment, we get them off to you real fast. Okay, so you get these leads on a daily basis. We redirect them to you. And the most important thing is that you get them before other agents. And here's just what goes on over there. So think about this, folks. For people who are paying PPC money, okay, going in, spending tons of money, somebody may click right now on that search bar, okay? And in fact, what happens is if they never ever visit the agent who's paid the PPC money, if they never visit their website, that agent is paying PPC money to Google and you never get the lead. Furthermore, if they do land on your website as agents, but they don't click on a link to receive any properties, go into a property search, or if they sellers, if they don't click in essence to get a home valuation and register, you don't get that lead, yet you've paid for it. Furthermore, let's just look at this. If they do look for a home valuation and your lead generation form pops up, they enter the address. That's typical with home valuation lead generation forms. Your next question on the form is, please enter your name, address, your email, and your phone number. The moment they see that, what happens? They bail. They're gone. And you will never know who they are. But if we get them through Intercept Leads, remembering that we capture them right at the moment they input the inquiry in that search bar, you getting that lead. Okay, so that's really important, folks. So now let's talk about the actual categories of leads that we're now putting into the system. These are default categories. You can dive into these right away. Okay, so the first one is divorce sellers. Everybody wants divorce leads. Why? It's a fast track closing. You can get in while they're in the process and early in the divorce process, when they're looking to see what they have to do, this is when you're going to get them. At that point, they probably haven't approached a real estate agent. But because you get their name, right, because they put in an inquiry into the search bar in Google, you will get all of these divorce sellers. And then you're going to nurture them, establish your brand with them, and discreetly market to them. So once you've gone through that process, when they are ready to move forward, when their lawyer says to them, okay, guys, it's time to get yourself a realtor because you have to sell your property, chances are they're going to contact you because you've been nurturing them and dripping them for quite a while. These leads are gold. So the next one up that we're going to talk about is pre-foreclosures. A lot of you that are on the webinar today might be getting pre-foreclosure leads from list brokers and other sources. But just think about this for a moment. If you're getting these leads from the brokers or sources that other agents have access to, how many agents are getting the same pre-foreclosure seller leads? Lots of you. Okay, once again, with the Niche Leads Pro program, if you want pre-foreclosure sellers, that's the category that you want to target, you will only get pre-foreclosure sellers, nothing else, if that's what you choose in this particular program. And because you get them real early in the process, before the bank moves in, before they actually land up on other lists, now you're in a position to target them subtly with pre-foreclosure messaging. Hey, we sell your home fast and for more money, things of that nature. But the most important thing is you're getting them first. Next is a great one, and I love this one. It's the baby boomer category. Well, it's obviously not the baby boomer category. Oh, thank you, Dylan. It was me. I'm the guy that went a little ahead of myself, but that's all good. We'll talk about baby boomers and we'll go back to FSBOs. So I fit into that category in case you haven't noticed, folks. And that was always my most favorite audience. I made a fortune when I had my team targeting baby boomers. Okay, a couple of reasons why. Baby boomers have money. When baby boomers typically make a decision, okay, they make a decision to move forward, to move out of their home that's way too big for them, downsize. Typically, they don't have to go and look for another mortgage. They've got investments, they've got money, and they can pull the trigger real quick. Now, here's an interesting stat, right? NAR did a survey, and they've told us recently, okay, that 52% of all sales in the last year were baby boomer sellers. I don't know if anybody else knew that, but that's huge. Think about it. You've got a heck of an audience there that has money, able to move quickly when they have to, okay? So those baby boomers, remember, there's a trust factor that has to come in. So from that perspective, you have to establish the fact that you're reliable and they can trust you and you're going to work out for their best interest. So that's the most important. So you can highlight your distinctive value proposition to these folks, and that's going to make the difference over here. Well, Dylan, my friend, you may want to go right back to FSBOs. Thank you. So let's talk about FSBOs. And everybody that I know targets FSBOs in Ahumada because these people think they can do it themselves and they're better than us as agents and all of that good stuff. And you can get all the FSBO leads that you want through a whole bunch of different sites and list brokers. But here's the problem. Once you get them, once again, same as pre-foreclosures, right? These FSBO leads, everybody's getting them. So you're not the first agent in, you're one of many. And typically, as we know, the first agent that gets hold of these people typically has the best opportunity of getting the listing agreement, okay? So don't rely on these brokers. With our program, you can target FSBOs only, and those are the leads that you will get. And once again, remember, because we're intercepting them in the early stages, as Tristan shared with us right in the very beginning, you're getting them when they're just putting an inquiry into Google. They may want to research, how can I sell my home myself, et cetera, et cetera. You've got them, okay? So that is really good. And now we're going to go back to our sequence, and we're talking about out-of-town buyers. We've had a lot of response to this one, folks. We did some surveys in the group, and we were blown away by the amount of folks who are looking for out-of-town buyers. So think this one through. And I know I saw some of you Floridians are here today, and hoping that there's others with us today that are in Arizona. So typically, if you're looking for these type of buyers, as you see on my screen right now, snowbirds who leave home from the Northeast or anywhere where we're now approaching frozen temperatures, these folks are looking to get out. They may be looking for vacation properties, permanent homes, whether it be Florida, Arizona, or anywhere else where snowbirds go to, okay? These folks are prime buyers, okay? They have the money. Once again, typically, they're in that baby boomer category or well-heeled category, and they have the money to make a move. So here you're going to share with us, hey, I want to attract out-of-town buyers, and you're going to share with us exactly where you are. Doesn't matter where the leads come from. We will do that part of the job. You want to know, hey, I'm in Miami, or I'm in Fort Lauderdale, or I'm in Scottsdale, and I'm an agent there, and I want to attract out-of-town buyers to come to me where I've got either listings, so this is great. You want to leverage this program to get more listings, by the way. And if you don't have listings, do this. And also, you've got other properties that you can refer these people to. So these are great to attract both buyers and sellers. You want to be leveraging everything that we're sharing with you today, all of these categories. Leverage it to your sellers when you talk with them when it comes to these buyer categories. This is how I'm going to get you listings, okay, because I get advance notice of all these other buyers before anybody else knows about them. So that's just another one of these fabulous ones. New construction. So we've had quite a few requests for new construction buyers. You may be an agent that's working with a new home builder, representing them. You may just be attracting people for new construction, and we will find you all the new construction buyers in your market. And if you're not doing new construction buyers right now, you may well want to consider doing them, because typically new construction buyers, okay, from the builder's perspective, they love them. And because they love them so much and want them to buy their homes for obvious reasons, they're giving attractive mortgage rates. And that is huge today. We all know the rates from the companies, the banks, etc., come down a little bit now, but still extremely high. They will save a lot of money if they buy a new construction home. And you may well want to target those not in the pre-release stage, but those where the builder has already built them and they're ready to move in. So that's a category, folks, that you want to be looking at very seriously. And we can get you there. Okay, now, let's take a situation over here. We've addressed all of these, and you go, hey, Colin, hey, Dylan, I don't see anything that appeals to me over here. What we will do, you will share with us exactly who you would like to target. So you may want to target move-up buyers as opposed to the baby boomers right now. So you might want to do that. Any category that you can think that you've always had on your wish list that you want to target, you let us know, and we will carve out a custom audience for you. Okay, extremely important. So you don't have to be ruled by what we've got as defaults. We will be introducing more, but if the audience that you don't want to target, so that you, that you want to target, but that not there right now, jump on in, tell us what you want, and we'll pay attention and we'll be in touch with you. Because if it makes sense, and most of these audiences, regardless of what and who they are, we can definitely do them for you, okay? So that pretty much sums up this. Now, let's get into this over here. So what I've shared with you up till now is the new Niche Leads Pro program. That's the one, just to go back, that's the one where you want specific categories and you don't want a huge bucket of leads from all over, okay? That's what you want to be doing. But now we've already got agents that are working with us on the Intercept Leads program. And for those of you that don't know the program, I'll share this with you quickly. So this program, when you get into Intercept Leads, you're going to share with us, hey, I want to target either buyers or sellers. Okay, I want to target either buyers or sellers, and you can go as granular as zip codes. In this program, you can go as granular as zip codes. Now, think about that for a minute. In Facebook, you can't do this anymore. We know that. And Dylan's going to expand on quite a bit of this in a moment, so I don't want to take away from his presentation because he knows way better than I do. But the important thing here is this is the only lead generation program that I know and share with me if you know that we're right here. Intercept leads, you get in, you purchase either buyers or sellers. You have the option to select as many, you can select one state per order. So it's one state, as many counties as you want in that state, as many cities or towns in that state, and as many zip codes as you want in that state. So we give you the opportunity to go as wide and then come back as narrow and as granular as you want to be targeting. So I'm going to target, let's say I'm going to target 1 or 2 zip codes. But I have a team. If I don't have a team, from my perspective, okay, from my personal perspective, I want to target both seniors and I want to target move-up buyers as well, because on my team, it's pretty broad, okay? And I've got agents that I send out to see my baby boomer audience, or I want to send out my younger agents who can identify with their peers and target, and they want to work with the move-ups. You can do that in our program. And what you're going to do is you're going to research on your own the zip codes where there are a lot of smaller homes, townhomes, where typically the age demographic lends itself to move up. So couple of kids, they're bursting out of the existing home, not enough space, they'll move up. And remember, now you're going to go in the same area and you're going to look for zip codes where there are a lot of seniors, okay, folks that are getting on. And think about this very carefully, folks. So you can take different zip codes within where you want to go, okay, and you can recover both move-ups and move-downs. And within your team, you now can take these leads, okay, they are sellers, so you can take your leads and distribute them to the agent that best suits the needs. Now, equally as important, because you're getting a whole bunch of sellers, if you're targeting sellers only, you're now in position to tell the sellers, hey, I've got a buyer for your property, because in your buyer lead program, you're getting a whole bunch of buyers that are looking to buy and move up as well. And you've already targeted, okay, the move downs. Well, the move down homeowner, which is the baby boomer or the senior, that's the home that you should be promoting to the move up. So think about this from a split perspective. If you do this right, and we will coach you on how to do this, but if you do this right, okay, you're going to get multiple splits out of your leads. Very, very doable, folks. So that gives her the first half of this was the Niche Leads Pro. And this, of course, is taking your zip codes and getting and segmenting and drilling down. So once we get into that, the next part, we're going to show you exactly what you get in our next slide.
Hey,
So,
Colin, can I jump in real quick?
Please do, Trenton.
All right, we have a couple questions here, just to clarify for a couple people. First one is how to target all these categories. Is it Google pay-per-click? Is that what you guys are using for that?
Good question. It's not Google pay-per-click. So thank you for asking. It's not Google pay-per-click. You will not pay any money to Google with this program whatsoever. Everything is done through us. You come in, if it's categories, okay, if you come in and you want your specific category, or if you're going to use the Intercept base program, if you will, I just want big buckets of leads and doesn't have to be that granular. You're going to tell us either in the first Niche Leads Pro, what the category that you want, one of our default ones, or create your own. And in the Intercept leads, if you're looking for just buyer and seller leads, more globally speaking, okay, that gives you the cross-section of everybody. You tell us, we intercept these leads based on the inquiry into the Google search bar. So in other words, if somebody enters into the search bar, okay, I want to find out the home valuation. How much is my home worth? How much can my home sell for in today's market? We are able to detect by keywords, phrases, and long tail keywords, okay, exactly who that person is. This is exclusive technology to us at RealTech, okay? So hopefully that answers your question. No Google PPC, you tell us what you want, and we pull these leads. Does that
Perfect.
answer it, Trenton? Yeah.
Yeah. So just to clarify a little bit more on that one, it's that you guys are basically taking some type of identifier of the people that are searching for these leads on Google, but we're not paying for the specific keywords in Google pay-per-click. And then you guys are able to take whatever that identifier is and able to match it up with what we're looking at kind of right here on the screen is we'll be able to identify these different points of data. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the identifier, Trenton, absolutely correct. So first order of business, what we do, we use custom identifiers, okay, to identify the lead and their interest. That's number one. Once we bring those leads into our program, before you get them, okay, this is what our program does. It goes and it's literally a monster machine that goes in and it recovers all of the data that you see on the screen right now that you've been looking at for a bit. First-party data. So first-party data in target marketing globally, not necessarily only real estate, has become more and more important in marketing because you definitely want to be marketing to people that match the criteria that you want to target. So up till now, if you were getting PPC leads, whatever the case may be, you're getting these people, you're sending out all your messaging to these people, but honestly, you have absolutely no idea about anything, these people. You know nothing. Only when they come back, if you actually get to talk to them over the phone, will you get more information and be able to qualify them. So what our program does, A, we identify them, B, we get their home address, then we get their phone numbers, and we get their emails and their first and last names, right? So that's the most important. Then we supply you with all the personal, contact, financial, and household data and their behavioral habits, okay? And at this point, I'd like to share with you all of the emails that you get with Intercept Leads, regardless of Intercept Leads program or Niche Leads Pro program. These folks have all opted in to receive emails. That's huge. You do not have to get permission. Out of the gate, you can start marketing to these folks via email. And Dylan can share with you some more really exciting stuff on how and what to do over there. So that's really critical. Anything else, Tristan, that you can see in chat that you've gone through, please, if you will?
Yes, I got a couple more questions here. Jared, I believe we kind of answered yours. We know all these groups already exist. So how can you help us get the leads exactly? That's how we just went over that one. Canadian postal codes. Are you able to help out in Canada?
And we're working on it. Is not ready yet. As we've discussed on other webinars, the privacy laws and rules in Canada are totally different from the US. And as such, it's still a bit of a challenge for us to break through. So at this point of time, unfortunately, we can't, but we will keep you in the loop when we are able to do something. Yes.
So Doug, stay tuned. Probably next year, we might have a better answer on that one. Pete, how are you able to get zip and age group if not doing Facebook or Google pay-per-click? I think we kind of just covered that one as well. By able to intercept the leads and qualify them with this data, that's how you'll be able to get the zip code and the age and the household and all these other information here on the screen.
I can add to that, Trenton. Yep. So in terms of how can you get age and group? Well, if you're going for Niche Leads Pro, okay, if you're targeting baby boomers, that's who you're going to target. So that's global. Baby boomers can be from 55 up to 75, 80 these days, I believe. You capture that audience. If you're looking for a move up audience, well, you determine are they between 28 to 42 to 55? Now, Intercept leads and Niche Leads Pro, you will have the ability, once you pull these leads into the bucket, if you will, and they're all uploaded once daily into the account within our system. We do have, from an age demographic, in our what's called our segmented audience creator. And just to jump in on that, we will be having a follow-up webinar in a couple of days to give you a deep dive about all of that. But because you asked the question about age demographics, you can take all of your leads, drop them into the segmented audience creator, and that's fully automated. And you can set your data ranges from and to whatever range you want to target age-wise. And you'll also be able to target by income. And you'll also be able to target by LTV and credit score, and it goes on and on. So in fact, everything that you still see on my screen right here, for the most part, you'll be able to target your leads utilizing these demographics that are on my screen. So certainly age is one of them, and age is being very successful because to send relatable marketing, one message doesn't fit all, and Dylan will get into that, right? So hopefully that answers that question, Trenton.
Yep. And last question here, and then I'll let Dylan take over. Are you able to identify people who have recently filed for divorce in a particular area?
That's a good question. So if they've recently filed for divorce, okay, we could do more intrusive inquiries into Google on the divorce side. But think about it. If they've already filed for divorce, you're not really getting them early in the process. You're getting them from your lawyer or other lawyers or divorce lawyers, and so is everybody else in your area to a large degree. So can we do it? Yes. That becomes a little bit more invasive in terms of what we have to post in our long tail keyword search to get those. But my perspective, the whole idea, as Tristan mentioned earlier on, you want to get these folks early in the process. What we're sharing with you here in Niche Leads Pro, that speeds up the process because it takes them further into when they're ready to make that decision. So hopefully that answers that one. And I'm glad I just saw something pop up here. Didn't get the name, but I saw it flash up on my screen. Somebody's targeting folks in the agents range. And if I saw correctly, that's 50s and 60s. Good for you. You may want to share with us how you're doing on that, because if you're doing it, it's obviously paying dividends. So share with the group if you want. Please do. As I said, I love that category. Any more questions? Otherwise, Dylan, let's move along, buddy.
All right, you guys. Colin, thank you for jumping in there and kind of going over everything. There is a ton of value here. With my years in marketing, one of the biggest issues and biggest struggles that I've noticed across the entire industry comes down to the quality of lead, or you're not getting the type of lead that you want. Having this type of technology at your fingertips, being able to get the exact lead that you want and the exact demographic is a game changer. Whenever I first started about 7 years ago, I realized that Facebook, you could target down to the income. You can target specific job occupations. You can target all those different things, what we used to call the wild, wild west of Facebook and Instagram. But now it's back. You can still do that. You just can't do it through those certain platforms. Utilizing this technology here allows you to be able to, instead of marketing to people that are in the aspirational phase that eventually one day they'll think about buying and selling, now you're fast track the process and you're marketing to people that are in the research phase. They're actively researching, hey, what are the homes going for in the area? Or, hey, I'm going through a divorce soon, or I'm about to file for a divorce, things like that. You're getting them while they're in the research phase, which is the best phase to actually build that relationship to move them into the transactional phase. So this right here is a complete game changer, but how can you leverage it in your marketing? Many of you guys are probably already doing email marketing. Some of you guys are probably already utilizing video on your guys' social media channels. This right here allows you, in order to actually get to them, you can actually have more of a niche message that's going out to them, rather than a typical, hey, here's a market update, or hey, here's the top few steps on how to buy a house. You can specifically talk about divorce. You can specifically talk about certain pain points or situations that they're going through to help you resonate and build that relationship. So what I've done for many years is go ahead and remarket to a lot of people's databases or a lot of people's leads and start to build that relationship. But it was more on the aspirational phase. This skips to the nitty gritty where you can actually market to them more as specific as you want and get them moving a lot faster. Yes, they might jump on the phones or they might talk to you and say that they're 6 months. But if they're in the research phase, you can take that 6 months and move it to 3 months. If they're 12 months, you can move them to 6 months. There's a lot of moving room from that research to transactional phase, rather than the heavy duty nurture process from aspirational to research. So I really wanted to hit this home with you guys. This is an absolute game changer, being able to market to these people. And with them all being opt-in emails, yes, the phone numbers might not be opt-ins, but the more that you push out your video content, the more you push out your brand, and the more that you hit every piece of contact points, you're going to get these people to reach out to you. It's almost like whenever you sit on your phone and you're talking about maybe Christmas gifts, it pops up and you're like, wow, I was just thinking about getting this or this or this. Same aspect. Hey, I'm actually thinking about filing for divorce, and I just saw Colin's video talking about how he can help us through the process. That's gold. That right there positions you as the expert in that industry or even in that specific niche. I've always told people for years, the people that work with everyone work with nobody. Figure out the niche that you really want to go into, especially in crazy markets like right now and how things are gearing more and more towards listing agents. Really hone into that niche that you're wanting. And a technology like this allows you to be able to do that at a very cost-effective, but most of all, effective approach, even from a sales side. So hopefully this is valuable to you guys. Like Colin said, we do have a webinar on Thursday where we'll deep dive into this a little bit more. And I'm more than happy to deep dive into the marketing aspect as well. So just wanted to give you guys a little bit of tidbits on how this is valuable on the marketing side, and really how you can kind of leverage this in every aspect of your business.
Well, thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
Appreciate. And folks, so yes, this coming Thursday, everybody who's on this webinar, we're going to be sending you an email, and here we go. So the webinar on Thursday, to how it works. And I noticed in chat, there was something that popped up. Sounds very confusing. And honestly, it's not. But because it may seem a little overwhelming with excuse me, with everything that's going on and what we shared with you, it's really quite simple because we do all the work for you. So when we jump on this webinar on Thursday, we're going to share with you, okay, exactly how it works and why it's not that complicated at all. And our support team is there to guide you along. So anybody who joins and buys into the program, we're having coaching every week. So once a week, we have coaching. So when you start with us, we don't leave you out there and hang you out to dry. If you're not sure, we're there for you. We want this to work for you, okay? So that's important. That's this coming Thursday, 12:30 Eastern. So for those of you on the West Coast, have an early breakfast and join us. Cup of coffee will get you going for what we've got to share. And you're going to hear and see stuff that's really great. So let me just jump back to Niche Leads Pro for a quick moment before I hand it back. This is a new program. We've got a couple who've jumped on. We are looking for beta testers, okay? We've tested it ourselves. Now we're looking for agents to beta test that product. With the beta testers, we're going to redirect you when this webinar's over, I believe Trenton will share that with us, you'll be redirected to a page. There is a video over there which gives you an overview, okay, of this program. And please register to become a beta tester. Folks, there's a series. Once you jump in, you'll be sent an email to become a beta tester. And then there is a questionnaire that we're going to ask you to populate, okay? Really important from our perspective and for you to go through all the questions. We want to make sure that this is going to be a fit for you and, candidly speaking, for us. This is extremely important. If you're not set up from an admin perspective with this type of program, we're here to help you. But the chances are, with the beta test program, we're looking for those agents and teams that are structurally sound that can take this program on. That's not to exclude anybody else, but we want to make sure that to be successful for us, it has to work for you. So that being said, we will have various rounds of beta testers, and we will share with you from a pricing perspective. We're finalizing the pricing on the Niche Leads Pro perspective, but we will share. Those of you who are selected to join the first group of beta testers, there will be special pricing to help us and to help yourself. So there will be special pricing. We're hopefully by Thursday, we will have that pricing for you on the Niche Leads Pro program. So folks, hope you join us on Thursday and jump in. And the beta test, how long will it last? That's a good question. So we're looking to start out with between 50 to 100 testers. That's the equivalent of 1 to 2 agents per state. It doesn't mean that's the way we're going to run with this thing, that there's only going to be 1 or 2. We may because Florida always seems to jump on these types of programs. There might be 5 or 6 in Florida, 4 in Arizona, if you will. That doesn't mean the others get excluded, okay? So how long will this last? We're going to run the beta test survey, if you will, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, but we will let everybody know when we've got our required amount of testers. So folks, if you're thinking about jumping on into the beta test group, my recommendation is jump on to the landing page that Trenton's going to give you the link to. Jump on there, register to become a beta tester, if you will. Fill out the questionnaire. Please, we're only going to be reconnecting with those agents that fill it out and it's full. If you don't fill out all the elements, you're not helping yourself and you're not helping us. So we want you to help yourself. We're going to be happy to help you, okay? The link, there was something that shot up. Somebody wanted to know the link for the webinar on Thursday. You will get an email this afternoon. So this afternoon Eastern, pretty much within the next few hours, you'll get a link as soon as we receive all the data back from Trenton's team at LabCoat. And we get all the email addresses. We're going to shoot out an email to everybody that's here. So please, for all of you, and there's a lot of you that are still here, so thank you for staying on with us. Really appreciate you. Please whitelist us, okay? So you'll be getting an email. In all probability, this one is going to come from support at RealTech Power Marketing or sales at RealTech Power Marketing. That's who the webinar link is going to come from, okay? So please whitelist that it doesn't go to spam. and then all of a sudden you lose out and you say you didn't get it. So if it does go to spam, please check your spam, everybody. They're really important because we'd love to have you on Thursday. And Dylan and I are going to jump in real deep, and we're going to jump into the platform. So today you've seen an overview. And for those of you who are asking us, how can I target, depending on which program I want, how can I target different age demographics, income, loan to values, credit scores, things of all the critical information that you really need to grow your business. We're going to share absolutely everything with you on Thursday. So folks, thank you. Hope you join up. Hope you come to the landing page. Become a beta tester. We'll get back to you as soon as we get your response, and love to be able to help you build your business. Anything
Excellent.
else, everybody? I'm all good here. I've done my say. Well, that was a great one. I'm not even exhausted. Dylan said we should go on for hours, but not so much.
Well, thank you, Colin. Thank you, Dylan.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Sign up for the beta tester group and look in your emails, and we'll be sending it out for Thursday's webinar as well for a deep dive into the platform. So thank you both. This will be recorded and also on LabCoatAgents as well for later for review. And we appreciate you guys joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a good one, you guys.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.